Welcome back to Uprise Tutorials. We're going to look at vitals. The vitals group assimilates general health and ocular vital signs specific to eye care. Vitals may be a new concept for optometry, but ophthalmology, other specialties, and general medicine have used the vitals concept for decades. Vitals is a standard communication group in the clinical summary document, the CCD, and it's necessary for MIPS compliance. But don't worry, I don't think it'll take long to get used to vitals. Just think of them as the new prelim tests. Vitals for eye care include, of course, visual acuities, IOPs, cup-to-disc ratios, pupils, and soon to come, support for pachymetry, angle kappa, axial length and lens thickness, corneal hysteresis, iris color, iris reaction, and APD support. We're also going to have an enhanced visual acuity entry bar. Now the general vital signs are exactly what you expect: height, weight, BMI, blood pressure, pulse rate, temperature, HbA1c, and blood glucose, and then soon to come, oxygen saturation. Now let's look at vitals. Here we have the edit screen, so if you want to enter new data, just enter the edit button. And you see several icons across the top. If we simply want to cancel and get out without saving any data, we can select cancel. If we want to go get device data from any interfaced equipment, we would just select the get device data button. Select any data that would be here that we would want to import, and then select import selected. If we want to simply import the previous data, we can simply select the Import Previous Data button. We'll show you how to do that in just a moment. If you want to do a print preview, select Print Preview, and you can get a print preview of the vitals, and you can close it out, or you can actually get a hard copy of it. Now, if you want to see a graph of what's going on, for instance, if you want to look at IOP graph, you can come down here and select the IOP graph, and it'll let you see that. If you want to put a cup-to-disc ratio right with it, you can do that. And of course, we can also take a look at any other data that we're collecting on a graph. Now, once you've entered data, if you select Done, it will save and close the interface. We also have one more opportunity to look at the graph. It's right here. Again, it gives us the same tool. It's also important to note that vitals are also viewable in the physical exam. So if we scroll down to the physical exam and we select category selection, while we're doing the physical exam, many of us still find it more convenient to enter the data while we're doing the physical exam. For instance, for cup to disc, you're just one selection away from it. Right here, you've got your vitals, and you can enter your cup to discs and view them right here. So let's take a look at what it is like to enter data for the first time. So again, we want to enter new data, so select the edit screen. And you're going to see here watermarked underneath these fields the last findings. That's very helpful to see if the vision's getting better or worse. It also lets us do trend analysis on things like cup-to-disc ratios. But let's go ahead and enter visual acuities. Again, we've got a slider bar with 40 plus, and it scrolls to the next field, 30 minus, and 30. And it just cursors really nicely to the next fields in a very logical way. And again, we've got both uncorrected and corrected fields, and we've got pinhole acuities here. Now, we can import all the data all at once with this global import previous data, or the get device data, or we could just import acuities if we want by selecting this icon, and it'll only import this subgroup. Now let's go ahead and take a look at pressures. Now what we see here for pressures, the latest measurements are displayed here. And if we want to add new data, we can hit the plus button. If we want to review the data, the IOP history, we can select it right here, and we can see it sorted by eye. If we want to look at the method, if we want to sort by the method, we just hit the method here. Now to go ahead and enter data, we hit the plus sign. And we use a slider bar down here, or you can keyboard entry in. I find the slider bar to be the easiest for me. And we've got a default method set up that's set up by the physician preference. So you go up and set up your own each individual physician method, and you can put it in right here. Now if you want to change it, you can go in here and change it right here. You can also change the date and time associated with the pressures right here, and you can change the category with examination, pre-dilation, post-dilation, and serial tonometry. And you have a notes field down here to do any custom text that you might want to do. And again, you've got a print preview icon here, so you can print preview, and you can also print this out and select done. CD ratios can be entered right here in the subgroup, or it can be entered in physical exam. Let's go ahead and enter the data here. Again, you're going to have previous values watermarked. If you want to import those same values, you can select the history button right here, or the bring forward button, and it'll populate those into the field. If again you want to go get the device data to populate all the fields, for instance, if you've integrated OCT equipment in here, it'll complete all of these fields. If you prefer to enter your cup-to-disc ratios in the physical exam, it's easy to do so. Just select the category selection. You just select vitals and go ahead and add your cup-to-disc ratios here. And again, the previous ones you see watermarked, if you want to import those, you can import those. Or if they've changed, or you want to add new ones for any reason, you can enter those in right here. If you're in the physical exam and you simply want to view the cup-to-disc ratios, again, just select category exam, vitals, and you've got them right here. Now the pupil size values can be entered here. Again, we've got the previous mesopic, scotopic, and photopic values entered here, watermarked from the prior exam. Again, if we want to bring those forward, we can just bring them forward and select the pupils. And again, any notes that we need to make here. Again, the general height and length and weight, BMI, all of those things are down here, and again can be copied forward, or they can be entered one-on-one using the slider bars. So again, vitals may seem a little foreign at first, but you should get used to them in no time. Again, vitals are a necessary component of the clinical summary in CCD, and I think ECPs will be noticing the benefits soon, connecting to the Uprise Direct Connect Health Information Exchange. Once again, thanks for joining the Uprise Vitals tutorial. See you next time.